How's it going, everyone? Welcome to my channel, Frozen Flame. My name is David, and today I'll be doing a Barracks tour. It's the 8.5-year anniversary for Fire Emblem Heroes, and it also coincides with me reaching 250 plus 10 unit. Yeah. This will mostly be me going over the plus 10s only. I might do some honorable mentions depending on how long this video goes. We'll see. Most of these units were just kind of merged up accidentally through Pity Breakers, 4-star specials, arena tickets, or dumb luck. And honestly, I've been really lucky in this game with summoning. There's definitely a period where I did whale a bit, mostly for my favorite units, not so much to merge up meta units or anything like that. But yeah, I've definitely cut back in spending over recent years. Anyway, this video isn't really scripted, so I'm just going to go through my units and talk about them a bit. So yeah, starting with Marth, Brave Marth. Yeah, I've got these filtered by level, so all my plus 10s are at top. And yeah, you can see there's quite a few to go through. Yeah, Brave Marth, I mean, he was nice when the time came out. He has aged quite a bit, but I did get some good use out of the Null Sea Disrupt build with him. Forgot exactly how it works, but now it's been quite a long time since I've really used him competitively. But yeah, the Emblem Marth really kind of power crept him, and he is running in the Hall of Forms right now. I don't really think I'm going to get him since mine is plus 10, and he does just fine for what I need him to do. You could upgrade some skills and stuff. I mean, he is starting to show some age with being the first Emblem hero, but yeah, I think he's actually the first Emblem unit that I have at plus 10. Brave Alm. This build right here, it's just kind of something that I copied off of Phoenix Master, actually. I remember watching a Summoner Duels video with him, and I thought it was a little strange that he used Growing Wind, but it scales really nicely with Sense Scale, and it just obliterated everybody at the time. But yeah, I probably need to invest a little bit more into him if I want to use him competitively. Jesse, I've never played Valentia, but it's something I would like to do someday. I just merged up Jesse recently because I like his design and the speedy sword units, and he's a demote, so made it a little easier. Yeah, right now I just kind of gave him Alir's kit, just since he had all the prereqs anyway. Hexblade sword seems fine for now. I might change it later depending on how bad he wants Renegade, but right now this works. Shannon, I really liked Shannon when he came out. I thought his design was really cool, the character is cool, and I do like his refine. So I kept Imperial Astra. Something I like doing is keeping the perfs if they have them. If they do have a PRF, then I'd want to use that if possible. Just because I don't like giving everybody Arcane and most meta specials or anything like that. Obviously if that's what is best for them, but I want them to stand out on their own a bit. So yeah, right now this build, it works for what it needs to do, so enjoy that. Skahawk, I got him in Hall of Forms. I was talking with a bunch of friends. We were all gonna do Skahawk, and I was gonna do a defensive build actually, but everybody talked me into doing a speedy build, and that was stupid. So yeah, Vital Astra really shows its age, and the menace skill. Yeah, he's not speedy. At least he has Coral Sable for a guaranteed attack. So, yeah. Leaf, I really like Leaf. I've never played Thracia either, but yeah, I merged him up quite a while ago. He was another accidental one, but I'm glad that he's max merged. I just kind of gave him what I had at the time, and I think Eluthnir was the most recent arcane sword at the time. And at the time, this build was really good. I mean, looking at it now, wouldn't do anything, but yeah. Lyn, I'm not a huge Lyn fan. I don't know if that's surprising or not, but everybody loves Lyn. She's fine, but in her base kit build is I don't know. It's okay. Like, I never really use her, but I figure if she's just gonna do, I'm gonna use her for like limited hero battles or something. Like, I'll just go with the base kit. Never pulled for Corel. Never really liked the character that much. Yeah. Carla, she seems okay. Like, I never really went out of my way to get her either. It's mostly like arena tickets is how I got her. Erica, Sacred Stones is one of my favorite Fire Emblem games, and I really do like Ephraim and Erica. Ephraim especially, he's my favorite lord in the game, or the series actually. So I did actually start with Erica and Sacred Stones, and this unit kind of reflects how she plays in that game too. Not the best, but if you invest enough into her, she could be great, but this isn't it right here. I do like keeping her PRF again. I think it's kind of neat with like the bonuses and stuff. I did have a build where she would grant like more bonuses to nearby allies so she could copy those, but yeah, that just aged a bit more. I was really happy to get this duo Erica in Binding Worlds recently. I really like the kit. Yeah, and I'm just a big fan because it also has Ephraim there with her as well. Yeah, they're a lot of fun to use. I'm really excited for the refine, but that's probably going to take a while considering they're so far behind, especially on the seasonals. Leon is one of my favorite units to use. He does have the first arcane sword, but he works really well with it, surprising. And I know guard overlaps with the Luthnir's effect, but it's nice for the damage reduction, and it just kind of came with Lagoot, or I think it was Pledge and bonus doubler skill. So I might as well just take it. Yeah, I use him a lot. I use him. I think he's supported with my most used unit, Duo Ephraim, right now, and he just tanks like everything, even in Arena Assault, which has honestly kind of been not that much fun lately with how strong and power crept everything is. He still really holds his own. He doesn't really die to almost anything, and I can reliably count on him to like tank and get kills in the process. Mia is somebody that I might merge up later, or not merge up, build up later. Like if I find a good one in Binding Worlds, I might take her, but like, I know she's a fan favorite, but like she's just expensive to dump resources into, especially with how bad she needs the Dragon Flowers. Zhark, he was one of those first seasonal 4-star demotes, so I thought it would be cool to kind of merge him up. And I do like keeping his ninja katana. I do like the brave attacks, and then just kind of going for like a Fury Desperation build with Menace. I know it's like 2017 build, but I don't know, it gets the job done in like some situations. Probably not in anything like meta impactful today, but fun to use once in a while. Fallen Ike, he was so cool when he came out. He tanked everything, and I really liked his gimmick of Unity before Unity was really a thing. If I were to invest more into him, I'd probably change up his kit quite a bit because like joint drive attack is insane at this point. Yeah, he's one that I would like to go back and revamp his kit a bit, but yeah, again, like the Dragon Flowers issue is not great. He's probably requiring like 30 by now. From, I know you're probably looking at this build thinking like, what the hell is this? Like Fury and Spurn, like damage reduction and chip damage. Yeah, I think I got it off Chris, and like it kind of works better than I expected it to. He heals back up with Ether, and he's got the breath skill, so he does get a little more charges from that. And again, I do like keeping the perfs. Sealed Falchion is nice, so I think I'm going to stay with that. Flavia never went for her. She just showed up, so she has her base kit. Lonku, this one I got from Binding Worlds. I really like Lonku from Awakening. And again, this one kind of shows his age with the Luthnir and Vital Astra. Skills aren't too bad, but like times +3 kind of hurts, especially when you have like the power crept ones with like Helm and all that stuff now. Olivia, I remember everybody built up Olivia year one. They gave her Armor Smasher, and she would go to town, and she just worked. right now she can dance, and that's about it. Yen Fei, I think his Refined comes out next month, so I'm actually really excited to see what they do with him. Yeah, back when he came out, just like the dodge effect was so powerful. There's nothing really that pierced it at the time. But looking at his weapon now, it's kind of crazy that all it has is like instant counter and dodge. So I'm kind of curious what they're going to give him. Hopefully they give him something nice. I would like to use him again, but right now he's just kind of benched. Inigo is actually one of my favorites. I just kind of revamped his whole kit when Machuya came out. Arcane Renegade is very strong, and then I just gave him a bunch of new skills along with it. These seem to work well. Like some other of my infantry god sorts, he just like sits there, tanks everything. I also have I think I have a Vital Astra. This godlike reflexes build on him is really nice with buffer. I know it's pierceable, but he lives more than I would think he would. Yeah, Inigo, definitely one of my favorite units like in all of Fire Emblem, so very happy that he's in with really good art, by the way. Orin, I remember back in like, I don't know, when Aether Raids first came out, I paired him up with my Brave Hector just for like the auto support and like the attack res link, and then Hector just deleted everything. It was so funny. Drive res is there just to help with the res support, and he's plus res because at the time chills were a big issue, and apparently if 41 res was enough to soak chill res. So yeah, Laszlo, he is somebody that I like want to keep giving stuff to, but I don't know, it's hard because like again, I do like Inigo, but Laszlo is tough. And his weapon's cool because he can theoretically brave attack with it, but I mean with like 34 speed, that's probably not going to happen anymore. And then Vantage, just because like that was his playstyle for a long time, at least when I used him. This Byleth, actually, I really like Byleth. First of all, he is one of my favorite lords as well. So I was really excited to merge him up, and then Chronicles, the YouTuber, definitely recommend checking out his channel. He's on my friends list, and I ran into him in Binding Worlds and got this Byleth off him, and he's been very reliable. I really like using him. Probably not as good as the Brave version now, but I mean, he plays a little differently. Yeah, he's a lot of fun to use, and I am very happy that I got him, especially from a cool YouTuber. So yeah, check him out. Shez is, I don't know, he's like an accidental one. He just kept coming home for me. Like, I like Shez fine. I really like his voice actor, Damien Haas. But yeah, like this version, I don't know, he's fine, but he needs his refine, and then maybe I'll kind of invest more into him. Holst was really cool. I'm glad he appeared in Three Hopes. I thought his gimmick with the sword was pretty cool. I did have a different build on him, and then it wasn't really sustainable as well, so I went with Surge Sparrow at the time just for like the extra healing, and I know it doesn't really work the best with Spurn, but yeah, it worked great at the time. Lumera, at the time, she was so strong, like, and I think this is the first of like 3 or 4 of her ults by now, because I don't know what IS session they have with Lumera, but it is definitely there. She has more ults than I think she should, but this one is pretty cool. She, even today, like with Spurn 3 and like Speed Smoke 4, like she survives more than she really should. Like her speed stat is good, but I mean, like I don't think Monarch Blade really does all that much to help her. But yeah, she's like a good dodge tank when you need her to. Still kind of surprises me to this day when I do use her how well she performs. OG Black Knight. Somehow I missed him when his first Tempest Trials ran around, so like I think I was taking a break from the game, or like my phone was incompatible for a few months, so missed out on him. So I had to buy all of my copies through the Grail shop, and then that little Burger King pack that we got when it came out. This build looks a little weird. I know it's very budget, but it's nice that like this always triggers when the save goes off, and it just cleanses penalties, and then with Black Luna you just always get it with Special Fighter. But yeah, I haven't really used him in a while because, well, there's better units, better tanks, and he kind of struggles now. Like Doji DC refines were not good, like plus 4 doll stats. Good job, IS. Manuela, I'm very excited for her base version to be coming. I don't know when that is, what they'll do with her. I don't know if she'll be like a staff or tome, or maybe even like a singer or something, but I really like her character. I hope she gets in soon. But yeah, this build has actually been really effective, surprisingly. Like, I know she was one of the first kind of save tanks to get an arcane sword, so like she was like at the top tiers when that first came out. And I still think she does really well. I gave her ether instead of like she near save right now, instead of like armored blaze. She would use that really well, but there's no twin near save yet or speed. I want to keep that, and the sustainability with ether is actually really good, and like she pulls with it, so I really like her. Creed is actually the first unit that I whaled for, and by the whaling, like at the time it was only like year 2, so I think I like considered like spending $50 like whaling. I don't even know if I spent that. Like, I felt bad like buying like a $25 pack, but I really like his design. I like his character. I wish he had more time to kind of like flesh it out and develop his personality a little bit more, but just got this revamp kit from Hall of Forms. I do really like him. I still use him, even though it's not great, but I mean, I like using my favorites. Leaf, just kind of got him like as a fodder factory, but like he's the first one and he has like almost no fodder. It's kind of embarrassing. He has like no quarter for his best thing to pass on. Yeah, it doesn't even have like prime 4, which got totally power crept by like every skill that came after it, and then a bunch of menaces. So not really worth getting more, not really worth passing on anything from him. Eldigan, his Resplendent is beautiful. I really like this art style. I'm really happy with how they did it, and I'm glad he got a good one because I really like using him. Dark Mistletoe was actually so broken at the time. You could just do that in Vantage Sweep, and that's what I still use him for today.
This outfit makes an apt pairing with the demon sword Mistletoe I wield, does it not?
Yes, it does. And yeah, this build, I don't know, still surprisingly works today. Nana, I think she just showed up a lot on like legendary banners. I think she reran recently in Hall of Forms, but I mean, I've got like everything I want off of her, so. Kempf, I picked up, I think in Hall of Forms, and then he just had kind of, I think he came with like Fatal Smoke 3, like a Trace 2 or 3 or something, and then, so he was really easy to just kind of like patch up with, like one rearmed unit that had all of this fodder. He was really good for Pawns of Loki, like back when I enjoyed that mode, but I just kind of find it more of a chore now, but yeah, he was really nice at the time. I think he still kind of has his niche on. Elliewood, thank God he got this Resplendent art because his other one was insane. Like, the eyes were, those eyes are crazy. If you remember those, like, not good. Yeah, Blazing Durandal was absolutely cracked when it came out. The special charges was so nice. You could Gale Force all the time. And back when I built him and like used him regularly, like this build was it. Like Swift Sparrow 3 and like Lull, like you were set. And defense smoke, like honestly, it still kind of bugs me that this isn't on like a non-Grail unit. Like we don't have that. Oh, I mean like a 4-star. We have it on like Wrath, I think, or Python. But yeah, like this kit did me well for a long time. Rom, I think his design's really cool. He has a ton of fodder. Probably like Float Aspirations, like the sleeper set of this, like the skills that he has. Holy crap, he has a lot more than I thought. Yeah, he has a lot of the flared, unity, that kind of stuff. He's like really good fodder bank. I don't think I have any more copies of him to kind of refresh the charges on that, but he's really good at gale forcing. He's really good at um, just taking extra actions and getting kills and reliably doing so. So I still use him today. Synthra, like I said, I really like Creed. They color shared, and she came home like, I don't know, like 5 times more than he did. So I was a little bummed, even though she is objectively better. I don't remember who all I gave this fodder from. Like I got $1 billion later, as you'll see. So I gave her flow guard from that. So just kind of budget, but yeah, she gets the job done. Triandra, again, mostly just because like she's like a rearmed or tuned dancer. She's nice. Like I use her once in a while. Her chip damage at the time was really good. Just like starting combat, having damage like occur is really nice. She's not as like decked out as my Peony, but I don't know. I'm so happy with her. New Year Tana. She did come out this year. She is a 4-star special, so she is one of the few that are from this year that I merged up in plus 10. And I figured like if she's plus 10 and like she's like really good for a D mode. She's got like 2 perfs. I figured I would just kind of like give her like some good skills to go along with it and excel and miasma. So yeah, her warping is insane, like, as long as it doesn't get blocked by everything that's come out in the past 6 months. Yeah, I really like using her. Like you can just do dumb rally shenanigans and just kind of cheese people with it. Probably not so much anymore, but she was really fun at the time. Glenn, I was really excited when he got added to the game. Like I really like his art. His character was good in Sacred Stones. I wish he had more time to get developed, you know. But yeah, I started building him up last year. I gave him like this whole kit a year ago. And then if Grails come out, like I try to get them to plus 9 and then just wait like the year or the 6 months for the refine, or not the refine, the rerun. I don't have to spend like the 500 extra Grails and then for the last copy. So yeah, this kit has aged a bit. I don't know exactly what else I would give him because these skills, he does really use them well. But yeah, I do like him, still use him. Ashnard, so he has solid ground because at the time I was using him with my duo Asker and Brave Soren, I think, in Summoner Duels, because I think he would assign Decoy to both of them because I could match their defense with solid ground at the time. So both of them would become saves, and it was so cheesy, but I loved it. Yeah, that's pretty much it with him. He's not aged the best, but I've seen some really scary ones in Arena Assault. Like, it's kind of surprising like how much they can tank with the right skills. Alencia, she still is absolutely crazy. Not as much as she used to be, like just deleting everything with no quarter and her warping and all this stuff. She still kind of scares me when I run into her in arena and like I don't have like legendary Mer built up, so I don't have the warp blocking and all that. So everybody just warps in and kills me. So when it's her season, I don't have the best time, but I do like using her. I'm looking forward to her refine. Yeah, base kit, no quarter, work well on her. Thiefhogger. I'm very mixed on this unit. Like, I don't really like her character. Her design is fine. Like, I know some people absolutely love it, some hate it, like in the middle. Yeah, she's got base kit. That's if you run into her, and you have if you played the game anytime recently. She does just fine with this. Yeah, I forgot who I was pulling for, but I just got like 7 copies in one session. So I tried to save some for fodder because the twin save at the time was new and very good. But I just eventually got enough copies to plus 10 her and then still have some fodder left over. Summer Freyr. I really like Freyr. I thought his design was really cool. And this is before we got the Mythic one to come out and kind of leave a bad taste in people's mouth when it comes to this character. But yeah, recently I kind of watered legendary or mythic Eikthrnir, and then I just kind of gave him all of his skills. And then like a week later, like Summer Eikthrnir was announced, and I wanted to give him those skills, so it just kind of bit me in the ass a little bit. But as you'll see later, that's not an issue. Yeah, this kit really works well with him. Even Trace 4 is kind of a joke, but I don't have the premium resources for everybody. I'm just doing what works, and that does work. Yeah, so Summer Eikthrnir, definitely one of my favorites. And I just kind of went all out for him. I gave him Sturdy Beast off of a spare Neathogre that I had, and I think that was like the only skill that I got off her. Otherwise, he got these two from Emblem Sigurd, and he is very good. I really like his art. I think it's like one of the best versions of him we've had. Like the sunglasses, just perfect there. And I am very excited for when we get his English voice actor back in the game.
泳ぎは得意ではないので、海の中を歩いてくる。
The Japanese one doesn't sound bad either, though. Leith, never really pulled for her base kit, but she's got both of the Hone and Fortify, so she can buff up beasts. But again, I never use her. Embla is just one that just kind of like showed up over the years. She came out a few years ago, already has her refine, so she just came home like through random summoning sessions. I think I have some other stuff on her, but like Luna works fine for what she does now. Young Tiki, never really pulled for her. Like, she's fine. Like, I have a running joke with a friend that this is like the Winter Dimitri counter, because she's got like these skills, and like I just ran her like on the story map and stuff, and she just obliterated him, which I was surprised about. But yeah, nothing too much to say about her. Ascended Tiki, or Attuned. Ascended. Yeah. Yeah, she just showed up all the time for me. Like, this is gonna be like an ongoing thing, but yeah, I have pretty good luck in the game, and she kept showing up. I even have like manuals of her, which is kind of a shame since she doesn't really have any fodder aside from like the A skill, and I think the other stuff came from like a leader or something. But yeah, she was really good at the time, survived decently well. Tiki, I think Tiki was actually my first plus 10 unit ever, back when I started the game. I really liked her in Awakening. I didn't really know who she was until later in the game, and like even after that I didn't really understand her significance until I played Heroes, and I didn't know that she was like in the original games and all that stuff too. So I really do like her. She does need some more work. Breath of Fog has aged pretty poorly, and like so has the rest of her kit, but I don't want to go through and get one through like holoforms or something, or not holoforms, or binding worlds, even though I have seen quite a few good ones. Like, I want to keep my first like plus 10 unit. Like, I know that sounds dumb considering it's just like data, but yeah, just nostalgic, I guess. Nah, she was pretty highly merged when her holoforms ran, so I just decided to pick her up, like, even though her skills weren't great. Like, Blue Flame is like probably the best thing that I could get at the time for a dragon. And her support was really nice, and I didn't want to spend the refining stones because I am chronically out of those, out of stones and Divine Dew. So I just picked her up there. Her ski skill, I think, was... What was ski skill did I get with her? Like Infantry Breath. So that was terrible, especially considering how her weapon works. So, yeah, she's alright. Not much to say. Like, don't really use her anymore. Amy, again, never pulled for her. Like, she's fine in Sacred Stones. But I think she does have some potential with her Refine, whenever that'll be. Duochrome, this is one of my favorite arts in the game. Like, I really like Yamato Kotaro. I feel like he does a very good job with all of his arts, especially the duos. Like the detail and coloring is just perfect. But yeah, best buds, Crom and Robin. Before I was running like a Vantage build with him, I think. I think I had like Deadeye and Vantage, and like the Salvo, I think, is the one that does chip damage. So it really worked. Got him into Vantage range, and then he was just able to like, spam Deadeye. But yeah, Special Spiral just works a little better with Astra and Times Pulse 4. I mostly just had that because I was using him in Arena at the time and I just needed skills to kind of keep up. But yeah, I really liked using him. Hopefully I can use him again later when he gets his refine. But I mean, he's not bad now. Still does his job. Laura, she's pretty cool when she came out. I always like dancing units. It's always good to have a dancer built up. I think I was able to get all of these skills off of Lumeria or something. The Savage Blow is a little funny, just sitting there with everything else, but he's alright. Volk, I really like him. I think it was Biology recommended this build, and at the time it was probably fine, but like now you're probably looking at it like, what the hell is that? But yeah, it's decent, and if he gets a good refine, like I'll go back and redo his kit. I do like the character, so. Flora, again, she just showed up. Yuri, he came home very quickly. Like I didn't like go out of my way to summon for him. Like I was just summoning on the banners he was on, and he just happened to show up. I think he has like what? Steel Speed 4, yeah, that is not good. So I gave him Tempo, which also has aged a bit, and like you don't really use it for the DR piercing, but it's there, especially when you have lethality. But he desperately needs a refine. I was using him this past like, week or two in Arena, and Shez, who's like half the merge count as him, just does his job so much better. And Fetters of Dromi is just a joke at this point. Like, it's nice to kind of cancel out stall or whatever, but I mean, that's not an issue anymore. Katarina, I never really liked her. She just showed up all the time for me. Most of the time I just use her for Swift Sparrow fodder, so I don't have to waste feathers. Celica, right now I think I just have triple Brazen on her, and then Desperation. So she does kind of stack up like the attack and speed, like nothing crazy because I think it's only 21, and like everybody else basically gets that from their weapon now. But Julia, I got her from Holoforms because he was really highly merged at the time, and at the time this was a good build, but yeah, if I could, I'd go back and change a few things. But I've seen some scary Julias out there, especially and I think she's available in Binding Worlds. I thought about picking her up a few times, but I've always just come across better units. And I really like Julius. I didn't like him at first, but then I saw this kind of, I think it was a video called like Julius is bad or something, and they just showed him deleting everything in AR. It was pretty fun, so I did build him up. His voice lines are awesome too.
Seliph is the scion of light? Ha! I suppose that makes me the scion of darkness!
Yeah, his voice acting is really good. Special quotes, perfect. Leon, I'm really glad they gave him a Resplendent. I think I like his original art a bit more, so I'll probably change that back. This kit's a little weird. I keep thinking, like, and I think I do have extra stuff on him too. The thing is, like, loop spamming Glacies with Special Spiral just works so well. Like, it's, like, I could give him, like, I think he has Discord. I thought he had Havoc, but it's not. But honestly, like, this kit just works, so I don't really have a reason to give him new stuff. Tormod, like, he's fine. I think I was just kind of, like, in the urge to, like, summon when I got him. So, dumb reason, but he's fine. Arja is another one of my favorites from Awakening. Definitely needs a new kit now. I've seen some in Binding Worlds, especially it would be nice to get the 40 flowers, but yeah, it's just kind of hard to justify it mostly for flowers and like a new kit. But Valadar, I thought his niche was really cool. He could like kind of hinder everything and like debuff all the stats and then just kind of take advantage of that. So I do have a few builds on him. That multi's kind of look the same. Then like his defenses are fine for a mage, so he does have a CC build on him too. Ophelia, she's a really good rearmed fodder factory for me. I think I don't use her too much, but ever since I gave her like Summer Nino's kit, it's been really nice. It's been working out pretty well, and I've actually been using her a bit more. Lysithea she's one that I've really liked. I'm kind of mixed on this Brave version. Like she's fine. Like there's not too much to say about her. I remember at the time Finish came out, and like she doesn't want to be at 100% health like all the time. I know she does like 1 chip damage at the start of the turn, but I think Phoenix Master kind of persuaded me to go with Unity over the Finish skill, which is objectively a little better, but either way, like all these skills can probably be replaced now. Beetle, I don't know, he's one of the characters that I did like from Engage. Like I'm not the biggest fan of Engage, but he was a good one, and again, I like my dancing units. I think he does have Arcane. Yeah, he has our Arcane Eclipse, so I mean it's not great, but Pumpkin Stem, it's like decent and it gives out good stuff to your units, so I kept that with him. Veronica, she's getting her remix next month. I'm pretty excited for that. I like using her. And it looks like it's going to be a good one too, so hopefully it doesn't age like dirt. Vossier, she's pretty fun. She's got Fatal Smoke, and she really needs that. Like it's sad. She just came out like a year or two ago, and like even at the time, she like already needed a refine. I think the one I run in AR is like the Devoted Basket build with Ruptured Sky, because like everything else was bad. I think I have one with like Fatal Smoke on her because like she needs that, but yeah, the burn damage is just better than her weapon, which is pretty sad considering it came out so soon after. Sonicy, I mostly went for her because like I needed a new Arena Core unit, and I was using Ninja Korin at the time, and Ninja Sonicy just came out, and she just scored a lot better, performed better, and like it kind of sucks to pull for Arena, but yeah, like she's still one that I use today, and she does fine. Leo, they did Leo so dirty, it pisses me off. Like I tried to fix him and gave him Arcane Eclipse, but like that aged, and that was the Menace and the remote mirror. But I don't know, like I always have a soft spot in my heart for Leo, so hopefully he gets a good legendary whenever that comes out. Arate, by the way, I had no idea how to say her name until she was in this game. I thought it was a Reet, but she does pronounce it. I didn't build her up until her refine came out, and like honestly, her refine's not that great. I did like her in the game, but like I saw some good builds, and it just kind of pushed me to go for her. Her res isn't really as high as I'd like it to be for like what they want her to do based off her res, but yeah, she's decent. Like just kind of more like building units for fun is something I do as well. Lumeria, always good to have a +10 Mythic Dancer. I think I have a bunch of like guidance units on like other units in my extra team, so I just kept mostly like her remix kit. I did give her the dance skill, so she does a little better, but like I don't feel the need to refine her or anything. Aversa was definitely a unit I was excited for. She did kind of age a bit, especially compared to something like Zephyia, but I still think she's fun. It sucks that I have to use the R dual flying skill for her slot A, but I suppose I could use like a boost skill now or something. If, but like I don't know. I don't know how much I want to go back into invest into her because as much fun as I did have using her, she has shown her age a bit too. Camilla, never really pulled for her. I do like Camilla, but like this one is just, I don't know, she's just been okay for me. Like the art's good, but, and I know like her refine is like, it always catches me off guard in hollow form, so it just comes out of nowhere and kills me every single time. So I probably should refine her, but then I would probably need to give her a better kit because she just has base and like it's not doing much. Zephia, she was a really good Grail unit when she came out, and recently just kind of gave her some new stuff. I don't know if Verge of Death or what I had on her before, Remote Sparrow, is better. Because I don't like how frail they are, but I don't know, she uses it fine. Desert Hawkeye, he was one that I was going to build up with a friend. Like, he actually talked me into building up Desert Hawkeye. And he's like, hey, let's do this together. We can both build them up and like have this cool unit. I'm like, yeah, like I always think of you when we do this. And he never did it. So kind of like an ongoing joke I give him a little shit for once in a while. But yeah, he's still surprisingly tanky, even with Arcane Chiang. Like, I don't think this is spiked all, I think it's just bulwark, but yeah, he's decent. Like, he hasn't aged the worst. Ace Ephraim. I just recently kind of gave him Johanna Lance, and he's been doing a lot better. I really like keeping their PRFs, like I've said a million times already. But this one is just too good not to use. Yeah, he's very tanky. He survives a lot of stuff, kills reliably with no quarter and Lagoo's friend. And yeah, I enjoy using him. Duo Ephraim, my favorite unit in the game.
No matter the foe, we'll win.
I'll do my best.
And yes, they do. I have so many skills on this guy. I love his refine. Like, back when this came out, like this was, they had to shrink the text for the first time because of all the text on there. Haze Slice is really good on him. Momentum, Excel, like he just goes in, hits like a truck, and then leaves with Brutal Tempest. He does have Canto in his weapon, but it's not the best because it's just kind of like the remaining +1. And I really do like that he can go through like forests and stuff and be unhindered through that. It does catch people off guard, especially in summoner duels, and I do use him in SD. He's like always my captain on one of the 4 SDS teams. Tempo's mostly there just for the DR piercing because like I don't have that with Haze Slice anymore. I was running no quarter on him, but I do like this a little bit better. And just to kind of show you like everything I have on him, it is a lot. Yeah, my favorite unit in the game. I really like these two together. Again, Yamada Kotaro, amazing artist. I think he did a great job with this. And they're just so much fun to use. Nephany is one that I really like her. I've thought about like actually like committing to building her a few times, but I just kind of gave her like a budget nice kit, I guess. And she does okay. Like, well, she did okay. Anna is one of my favorites, especially Awakening Anna. I know this isn't like the true Awakening Anna. This is like the Apotheosis boss. But she does really well. I really like her weapon with like warping and giving like 3 bonuses now, I think. Yeah, she tanks really well. Like, hits like a truck. She warps all over the place if it's not blocked. And yeah, I really enjoy using her. I still do to this day. Brave Lucina, I just got a billion copies over the years, and then I think I got this one during one of the first hollow forms, so that's why it looks so stupid. Like Pulse Tie and Joy Drive is not great, but it was fine, I guess. This Brave Dimitri I got from hollow forms from a friend, and it, like at the time, this was the kit for him. But yeah, he needs a complete overhaul now. Like, he did really good at the time. His weapon is still good. Still think it's worth investing into him, but I just don't have all the resources I'd like to give everyone at this time. Brave Dimitri, or Legendary Dimitri, is pretty fun. He was really good at the time. I think this is the build I've kind of settled on with him. And it's been pretty fun when I've used him, but there's always been... I do have quite a few water legendaries, so he doesn't usually see arena too much anymore. But it works when it has to. Gwendolyn, the plus speed Gwendolyn. If you are an OG Fae player, you know why she's plus speed. Yeah, I ran her all the time back on my first arena teams, and she scored the highest at the time, which is why she's plus speed. Armor March was broken at the time, Vengeful Fighter was broken, DC broken, like Gwendolyn was the MVP. Brave Hector, also one of my favorites from, I think, year 2. Yeah, he was TYL2, and I was so torn because I wanted like all the units. I didn't really care too much about Celica, but he came home like over the years. I never really went out of my way to get copies of him, but because he performed so well just like at base or with like a few merges, but he's done his job amazingly. Like he put in all the work he needed to kind of retire for now. Even with like these increased skills, I'd probably give him like a better B skill, but like I'm not mad with how he did. Like he was good. Winter Ephraim, I really like his refine. If he has more attack, then he doubles, so he can quad with the right build, and with this one I think he does. He almost always ends up quadding because his attack does get up there. Right now I have him as a far save, and he always surprises people with how well he lives. Like the DR from Beacon and then twin far save, really nice, especially with Ike Ring. And then he just retaliates and just deletes them and then heals up with his weapon, so it's really fun using him. Valentine's Ephraim, like I forgot who, I think the summer version came out like 6 months before this, so I was a little frustrated when he came out because he's my favorite character, so like I have to pull for him. Yeah, I'm not mad with how he performs. He does a really good job, especially with like the twin saves now and Armored Blaze, I think. Yeah, like if you just look at his stats, like they're great. And then his B skill, I know some people don't like Ephraim's gimmick where he like forces the enemy to attack first if he does, but like he always survives basically, so like I don't have an issue with it. Winsler Edelgard, I think I got like 2 copies on like the actual winter banner, and then I don't know what banner she was on after that, but like I just got so many after that, so I think I got her to like +8, so I just committed to give her the last 2. Yeah, base kit works fine on her. She gets in, attacks, and does what she needs to do, but Valentine's does it better, and I don't think I'd have any merges on her either. Hilda is another one of my favorite characters. She, like, her personality, like, even though she's like, you're making me work whenever she like crits, just because of her lazy personality, but like she really puts in work. I know Candy Cane overlaps with this. I was thinking about giving her Gihanna Lance, but I'm just kind of running low on grails at the time. But yeah, I would like to give her the twin save whenever that comes out, and she's kind of like Manuela. She's got like the regular near save and ether, but I mean, again, it works. Summer Freed, yeah, he's one that came out last year and definitely wailed for him. I was very excited. Frozen status was so broken at the time. Still honestly is to this day. He works really well. Kind of irritated me that they didn't give him an A skill, so I did have to go out of my way to get Excel on him. But no, I'm not mad at all with how he performs with these skills. I got this Brave Erica in Binding Worlds. She got it really good. She was insane when she came out, and then like she had everything you could want. She had like Kanto, she had like armor and cav effectiveness. She had all this stuff, but like had to switch out her PRF for potent. I think that came with that, so she's got alarm to kind of compensate for that. Still does the job well, but yeah, showing some age now. This is my least invested Ephraim. He is like, I do have all of them at +10, but Yeah, this one's a little harder to build around, so he just like I do want to keep his B skill because it does Kanto and then like the NCD or NFU like half of it in there. Yeah, he was fine. I don't use him as much as the other ones. Kyle's a good unit from Sacred Stones, so I just built him up here. I mean, like the best, but it works. I might give him, I don't know if it'd be Gihanna Lance again, but we know Balthus' Trident actually is pretty good. I might do that instead. Dusel, I got off of a recent Binding Worlds, and I really like this build, so I thought I would take him. He tanks basically everything. He's very tanky, very good. Has killing power with Haze Slice. I'm mad at that decision. Brave Crom, he will live forever. As long as he gets good skills, like he will be just fine. Yeah, his weapon's not really holding him back. He did get a decent refine, better than I thought, honestly, considering like how broken the Fate Changed is. Yeah, still performs really well with these skills, and I could probably give him something else for the C slot. But yeah, still really like him. I really like Owain. I like how I think this is his first real alt, not counting Odin. But yeah, and he was a 4-star demote, so I really like that. I was able to give him a bunch of good skills off of a rearmed unit, and Blood Aspiration is very slept on even to this day. Ferdinand, I kind of built him up after his voice actor passed. Character was just like fine on me, but like, I don't know, something is just really sad about his voice actor passing. So kind of want to do that in like honor of him. Gerald, he was really good at the time he came out. I think that was like 2 years ago or 3 for the CYL. Yeah, I gave him a few upgrades, but Kit has definitely shown his age, but he was fun at the time. Mavier, probably my favorite unit from Engage. I was showing my friend this the other day, and he was like, surprised you don't have better skills on him. Like, it took me a minute, and I'm like, you're right, because like this has worked so well for so long, like I just haven't felt the need to like give him the newest stuff, like Excel or anything like that. Fortifications makes him so tanky. Like 71 like natural defense. I mean, he has the seal, but like that's insane. And then reopening scales off the defense, so it's just nice. He has like a bunch of other stuff too. I think he has Prime, but that's kind of whatever at this point. So yeah, mostly just kind of go with the set. Sometimes I'll swap out the alarm or like Breath of Life or something if I'm running Sigurd or Mother Skill or like Odd Defense Wave. Est. Back in the day, she was my answer to Fallen Edelgard. She has armor effectiveness and she can attack like 4 times if she's got flyers around her. In hindsight, nowadays, like her weapon like, is ass, but it was so good at the time, and I really liked using her. So don't regret merging her up. Eldigan, really like him again. I think I said that earlier. I really like his design. At the time, I remember going for like just a build to buff up his defense so he couldn't be countered by Milla, and then they gave her a Refine where she had like, tons of extra stats like just included in her weapon, like visible stats, so like he just can't meet the defense check anymore. Plus there's other dancers, like even if you choose to use a dancer on your defense team anymore. But I just turned him into a Gale Force unit with Wings of Mercy 4, so you can just kind of go in, like do the 2 hits and then dance. Hinoka, I don't really like her. She just showed up. I don't really like her raspy voice. I know this voice actor isn't the same as in Fates, but she does a little better job than the Fates one, in my opinion. But yeah, this one's fine. Like the art's fine, but like never use her. Zedith, I could not believe how insane his refine was. Like for a demote, like his did so much. Like it gave you the damage reduction, it gave you it's all the support you could want. He's got Breath of Life, gave him Excel, Detect, and with the Soaring Echo, it's like he's still a really good support unit. I know Sakura does his job better now, but he's free to play, so you can't really beat that. Summer Shez, I really like this unit. He was very strong when he came out. I couldn't believe we got him for free. He does have Gambit, which is aged poorly because it is pierceable, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just me being lucky or if there really is a decrease in the amount of people running like the skills that like pierce non-DR piercing, but like I just haven't seen those as much lately. I'm not sure why, but he still does like good with this kit, and he still lives pretty well. I do like Moram's gimmick. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with his refine. I think that's coming up pretty soon, and I'm looking forward to that. The transformation, like on and off, is a little weird, but like it does fit his character. And then I just gave him the Surge Sparrow for sustainability since he takes the chip damage, and then yeah, just kind of like did some budget nicer skills to round him out. Prayer. I think I had like an extra Halloween Asker, so I just gave him Sturdy Beast, and then reopening came with that. So yeah, Freyr, he's a pain in the ass in AR, but he does his job well, and I mean I like the character too. I like his art. I think it looks really good. Like yeah, the art style's amazing. Yeah, everybody has dealt with him, so you know how he is. Ratatosker, I got her to +10 on her debut banner, and I don't know why. I don't really like the character. Like she just, it was either this on her like first legendary banner, but like she just showed up over and over and over. I guess like she does hit a little harder than I always expect her to when I use her, and like I do use her some time to time because she is +10 and it's nice to like have the max score. But I don't know, she is not my go-to. Winter Aetherneer was a really nice surprise when he came out. I was surprised we were getting him, but like it is fitting since he's like a deer, a reindeer for Christmas. So yeah, just basically gave him regular Aetherneer's kit and momentum, and he works well. Very happy with him. Medius, he was the first unit that in recent times that came with PRF, I think since like Email Shez. So that's nice. I hope they start doing that more often, because it is nice when you can promote the unit to 5 stars and they have their own PRF. I think I had extra, like, I think it was Tiki and Nell, and I just kind of like mixed their fodder in between each other and had a few extra copies. So there's a little bit of both from them, but he uses everything in this kit very well. Ninian, like a long time ago, she was really good because of the infantry pulse support and dancing. And then I think sudden panic would go off, and that was nice. But yeah, this kit has aged. Her stats don't let her attack or anything, so I don't really use her too much. Tiki was really cool. I liked her when she came out. I do like her refine and her remix. She doesn't survive as much as I'd like her to, but when she got this, she did, because she got like +4 to all stats instead of the just like 2 with the save skill. But yeah, she would need quite a bit of work to go back into her, and I don't know if I want to invest into like an old legendary like that right now. Idun, I really like her. I kept getting copies of her over and over, so I did merge her up, and then I decided to give her like a decent kit. She works really well with this one. Not too much to say right now, but yeah, she does what I need her to. I know the Arcane is probably a little better than her PRF right now, but hopefully she'll get a good refine later on. Legendary Crom. I actually got this guy from Binding Worlds, and he came with this kit, and I'm keeping it on him because it's good. He's in one of my AR defense teams, And I hate updating my AR defense teams. I've used the one that I think it's the Anima one for like over a year now. I haven't changed it. He's on it, and he still is able to kill like both red and the blue Needhoggers, surprisingly. And I'm not really sure how. I know he has armor effectiveness and Deadeye, but they just like put them there to tank, and he just goes and snipes, and it's hilarious. But everything else dies on my team, so. Ilger, I didn't get her when she came out on the banner with her and, can't even think of his name right now, but Surtur. But that would have been the time, I guess. But she just kind of kept showing up, and then I think I got like the last copy in Hall of Forms. She does hit a lot harder than I expected to, I think, because her refine is actually still decently good. Like, don't remember exactly what it does, but I know it just messes with penalties and stuff around foes, and it's nice. I like Coleman Sacred Stones. He was a demote, so I just built him up. Kind of gave him like budget stuff, or stuff that I had extra copies of. I had a lot of the speed res hexblade, so that's why he has that to go along with the physical follow up. But yeah, not too much to say about him. This Shez was crazy when she came out, but I'm sure she still can do fine. I just haven't used her for a while. Summer Claude, I think he was one of our first seasonal demotes that came with a PRF skill, and like it was really good at the time, but like now it's pierceable, so not that great. But I do have Menace on him, so he can get the stats to quad, and yeah, when I use him, he works okay. Lind, she was like one of the first units I summoned in the game. I didn't plus 10 her until like a few months ago through arena tickets, but yeah, I really liked using her at the time. I know Aura has aged poorly, but I don't know, just when I use her, I do think of like when I first started the game and like back when times were simpler. Fallen Delthea, I remember when she came out and she got a refine, like it was like the most broken thing because she could warp within 2 spaces or adjacent. She had like self-guidance or orders, and then they started giving it to everybody, so it didn't matter. But Deidre, she just kind of came home a lot on legendary banners. Like she's fine. Refine and remix is okay. Brunya, I haven't touched her since I built her up, and it shows. I did use her as a tank in AR back like when she came out. She was so good because I think she like neutralized penalties on herself, and that was such a strong effect. And close foil, their like dragons weren't running around all over the place back at that time, so I just used her and like I would send her in, she'd pulse smoke and get kills, and it was awesome. Guinevere, I do like her. I like her Aureola magic effect. I would like to kind of look into giving her a better kit, because I don't know what I'm going for with this right now. While I'm looking at it, I'm actually a little confused why I gave her all these, but yeah, someday it might be nice to just kind of like go back and fix her. Loot, she was one of my favorites in Sacred Stones. I always thought she was so quirky and like fun for that reason. And she was also a good unit too. Like Weirding Tome, like back when this came out, it was really, I felt it was really powerful because of like, if there were penalties, like it would cause more penalties. And like she did her job, and like she enabled a lot of plays for my AR defense teams, but doesn't really do much anymore, unfortunately. Young Leon, I had the hardest time getting this kid. I got a few copies when he came out, and then Double Special Heroes became a thing, and then I remember him sharing with Summer Ash. And like I wanted the 4-star demote, and I just kept getting Summer Ash over and over. I could have plus 10'd him, but like he had near trace at the time, and that was really hard to get. So, and like blue dual cav as well. So he kind of got killed off for those a few times, but yeah, I'd probably swap out Seal Res and probably the Menace, but otherwise like this kit is fine for what I use him for. Liliana, I didn't build her up until after she got a refine. I didn't care too much for the character. She's fine, but like her refine is really good. Especially when she ran in Hollow Forms, I was able to get like a good build on her, so I figured I'd take her. Odin, poor Odin. That attack stat is not it. He never really done all that great, but I don't know, his Resplendent's good at least. So, Ophelia, she was a staple on so many of my AR defense teams. I really liked using her. I'd have her like warp in and do all these shenanigans with like orders and Pathfinder, and infantry pulse was nice, and then she'd run in and like obliterate the teams, and I used her all the time. Byleth, he's again, I really do like male Byleth, and he's a 4-star seasonal demote, so I was really excited to get him. Probably wouldn't have ascended a stat on him in hindsight. Probably should have saved those for a little more thought out units, but like he still does his job okay. Dorothea, I'm not really sure where I want to go with her because I'm not sure if I want to give her like an arcane, but I don't know how much I want to invest in like somebody that's mostly there to support. Like she's there to sing and then like do I think this is Discord, but I would rather have Havoc on her. Reinhardt, I still use him actually. I know like back in the day I used him all the time. Like Brave Lynn, Reinhardt would run around everywhere and they would just clear everything, and like Veronica and Reed, those are my cav teams, they would kill everything. It was amazing. Yeah, he struggles a bit still. Still annoyed that he doesn't have a refine, but I'm not changing Dire Thunder. It's too iconic, too good. This Reinhardt is better. I swapped out his Arcane Lightning for Devoted Cup, and then he just has some skills that I gave him with the just like being a rearmed unit. Magic Light's good on him. I don't think he has Canto from. He had it from something, and then I think he had like a different C skill, so I gave him Far Trace instead, and that came out. But yeah, he does have quite a few skills. I don't think he has Resound on him, otherwise I'd probably use that. But maybe when Veronica gets her remix. I really like Larishel. She's one of my favorites from Sacred Stones. I have a bunch of builds for her. I wish Evaldi got a better refine. Like that's such a classic one. But yeah, she's got Frost Moon build, and then she's got one that's mostly like speed and attack, and she can hit like the numbers that you need her to, surprisingly. And then more like a res heavy build. But yeah, I use her from time to time, even in like AR and other competitive modes, and she doesn't always kill when I need her to, but when she does, it's so satisfying because I like using my favorites. Tharja, for a while, like her and Larishel had like the exact same build, but the Seashell Bowl when that came out was really good. But I think Arcane Thunder, I'm not sure why I'm keeping this on her, because like it's not as good as most other Arcanes, even though it came out like the second year of Arcanes, but I don't know, it's fine, I guess. Yeah, I would like to kind of go back and give her some better stuff, but like I said, when you have this many units, it's kind of hard to prioritize everybody. Peony's nice because like she's a mythic dancer, and it's always nice having the utility with that. Mirabilis, she's a very good dancer. Spring's Dream and Daydream Egg are very good. Her res is awesome for ploys, and I just like using her. Gulvig, I'm very excited to see what she's going to get for her refine. I think she's coming out with that in like a week, so we will see here. But yeah, she was devastating when she first came out. I think I have her paired with Valoria just for like the cooldown support for Blazing Wind. Morgan, never summoned for her. Azura, she was so broken at the time. I remember like everybody ran her everywhere. She was such a menace. But yeah, she's put in her service. She can retire. Ivy, she's been really good as like a fodder factory. She still hits really hard. I like the Desperation for her because if you move enough, which she can with her extra movement from her weapon and skills, she gets just like delete you with a barrage of attacks. So that's nice. I think I copied this build off of something I saw on YouTube, and at the time it worked really well. I think it still does for the most part, but I mean, it's showing its age. Atlas, he just kind of has like, I don't know, was kind of premium when I built him, but I don't know, he just kind of like doubles down on the menace with the Vulture Axe. Echidna, I really liked her weapon refine. I just kind of gave her like stuff with what I had. I think this came off of like Fallen Byleth. So Vital Astro needs to go. Like I have done so many units still. Raven, don't mind the lack of skills. I think he's like HM farming right now, but I don't have anything insane on him. I just have like his default kit, and then I think I gave him like Velocity from Ascended Hilda, just because I had a ton of extra copies of her. I built him up because he's a friend's favorite character, so just kind of wanted to do that for like all my friends' units. I like Garrick from Sacred Stones a lot. I got him from Binding Worlds. I was very excited about that because these were all very good skills at the time. He was really good at Gale Forcing, especially with his cooldown support. Not so much anymore with all the warp blocking, and you kind of need more attack power. But Brave Ike just kind of showed up over the years. He was plus 10 a few years ago, and I think I just gave him Nihilist Kit and called it a day, and like he did what he needed to when he worked, but for right now, he's on the bench. Azura, she shared with Performing Arts Inigo, and I really wanted him, and I got all the copies of her instead. I did give her an Arcane so she could Gale Force and then sing. It is a little old of a build. I don't know if I want to give her like Giant Axe or anything like that, or the next Arcane when that comes out. We'll see. But I did like using her. I got this Edelgard from Binding Worlds, and I really do like it. The Fury does enable Wings of Mercy, so that's why it's on there, and it's also for like the Blazing Wind damage. Yeah, she works really well. She just charges in with momentum, and I usually have Sacred Ring on her. And then Blazing Wind, and then with that, I probably don't need Pledge, but yeah, she does really well with multiple actions and can take out a bunch of people, reducing AoE damage around the team. So yeah, I still use her. I think I even used her this week in AR. Annette, she's always been like a fun unit for me. Like, I was, at the time, her attack stat was like really high when she came out, and I was always kind of confused by that. Like, how does this little girl have like this monstrous attack stat? I know it's only 62 right here, but yeah, she's fun. I really like her granting like extra movement, her rallying, giving her another action, and then I just gave her the ruse so she can kind of like double down on what she already does best. So yeah, she's been pretty good. Ascended Hilda. Again, I love Hilda, so I wanted to go all out with her. I love this kit. I really like the Freikuku stuff. I hope they kind of... I'm not sure what they're going to do with her refine, but I hope they give her a good one. And I like the special scaling, so like I want to run Marth on her to get that down a little bit more so I can have instant gusts, but she does want like some special count for her weapon. Shamir, I regret building this unit. She came with, I think, attack speed Oath 3, and that was the prerequisite for so many things at the time. So like I was foddering like so many things, like 5 stars just to get like this this level 3 skill that was available on Grail unit, and like I never used her in arena, like never really used her at all, so regret building her. This Ephraim, he was recently a bonus in arena, and I could not believe the work that he put in. Like, he survived everything. Like, he's, even as a save, I didn't think he was going to live anything, but like, it's insane. fun fact about him is that he is actually the highest BST unit out of everyone in my barracks. Yeah, by quite a lot too. 314. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad he aged as well as he did, considering like he has basically a generic kit right now. Which is kind of a shame because I do like Garm, but I don't know, you do what you can to use your favorites. Brave Edelgard is doing pretty good. I got her out of holoforms with Shield Fighter. She doesn't really need the Briar twin save, or Briar near save, but I mean, it would be a nice upgrade. Flame Emperor, I used them all the time in Arena, and they were really good at that. I did run a DC build, so that's why they're plus res. And yeah, Flame Battle Axe got like it was a pretty cool gimmick at the time. Probably hasn't aged as well as some of the others, but not mad at that. Summer Ephraim, I loved when this unit came out. Like, he was so much fun to use. Like, 4 movement cav, which was uncommon at the time. Great art. And he has that gimmick again where he forces the enemy to attack first. Very good Gale Force unit, but I don't usually use him for that. Sometimes I do, but this set right now is the one that I like the best. I might swap out Alarm for something else, especially if I'm running like Sigurd Ring on him. But Sigurd Ring is kind of pointless when you already have the +1 movement anyway. But it's good for the Kanto, I guess. Grim Lucina, she's mostly like fodder factory. I did want to give her like good skills to actually use because at the time she was really good, especially with like her future sight skill. Yeah, she's decent. Like, I'm not mad with what I gave her. Sylvain, I really like his character. I like his design. He does pretty well even with Threma for his weapon. And again, Flow Desperation. I still think that's very slept on. Yeah, he still not bad with how he works. Thor, back when I think it was like one of the Choose Your Legends banners when it was like the Green Dream, the first one. Like, I got so many copies of Thor, Byleth, Duocorin, and Harmonic Azura for like almost no orbs. And I was able to +10 them all on that banner. And then she just kept coming home like after the fact too, like on Legendary Mythic banners. Like, I still have like 10 manuals of her. So she doesn't have like the best fodder either. So, but right now we're not really talking about fodder. She performs really well as a unit. I use her a lot in Summoner Duels and in AR. I like her damage reflection, and her whole kit just really... It got a nice glow up with her Refined and Remix. Peony. I really like this unit. Her dancing is really nice. She can like actually attack as well. I have a Gale Force build on her, which is why she's plus attack, not plus speed. But I don't really run that anymore because Gale Forcing is hard now. With the limitations with enemies. But yeah, I gave her skills from Duo Marth, and it's really powerful on her. Like, I don't even need to run the Guidance Echo, but like, I do like having Wings of Mercy on my dancers, so it is nice to have Mercy Wing Echo on her, so I can run something else in the X slot. Minerva, I know a lot of people really like her. I'm just kind of neutral. I never really pulled for her, never built her up. Jill's pretty cool. I got her in holoforms, and I really like this kit. I like her Refine. Enjoy using her, still do to this day. She was another one of my arena staples when I started the game. It's kind of funny how you could use almost any kind of unit, like a flyer was fine in arena back at that time. And yeah, she did her job really well. Gave her just small upgrade over the years, but right now she doesn't really do all that much. Camilla, I really like Camilla. I want to find one in Binding Worlds, because she needs a lot of help, and she needs a lot of flowers too. And that's more than I want to invest in her right now. If I find a good one in Binding Worlds, I'll pick her up, but when I have seen her, there's always been like a unit that's been a little more tempting. Halloween Anna. Having little gremlin Anna from Awakening, or Engage, and then plus the Awakening Anna. Like, I love these two, so I had to go all out. I was actually on vacation when they came out, so it's always reminds me of like a really nice, relaxing time pulling for them. So whenever I use them, I'm always in a good mood. And they perform really well, even with Gambit. I might switch that out for something else though. But for right now, they do their job well. Freya, she is fine. Like, I don't think she's as bad as people say. I know combat mythics aren't great, especially when they aren't somewhat supportive as well. But yeah, she is weaker than a lot of other mythics, but I mean, she's okay. I mean, back in the day, she used to Gale Force really well. Ronulf is one of my favorite beast units. I really like his voice actor.
Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting you. What? You've never seen someone with ears like mine?
Yeah. I really like his character. I wish he would get more love in the game. It shocks me that this is his only version in here. Yeah, I just kind of had to give him different stuff over the years. I would like to upgrade his B skill again. But it's just getting expensive doing skills one by one for people. Caden, long time ago, he was like the best support in the game. With his weapon, I think it just granted like all of the bonuses as like a drive skill to everybody within 2 spaces. So with the rouse skills that I have on him right now and shove, he can always be alone to activate the arouses, and then he can like grant all the skills, but I don't really use him too much anymore. Grayson was a favorite when he came out. Having 3 movement singers was always insanely powerful, and I think he was like one of 2 at the time. Not too sure what I was going for with this build, but I mean, like, if he has to fight, then he can retreat a little bit. I got this Tiki in Hall of Forms. I was happy to upgrade her kit, but I think Ice Wall would probably be better on her now. Yeah, I'm still a little bummed at how they did Brave Tiki, especially considering how like highly demanded she was. But that's all right. Halloween Rhea, I do like Rhea quite a bit. At the time, like, I thought this was a good build, but it is showing a little age. I think I have like distant counter on her too, but distant stance even premium. Yeah, hopefully she gets a good refine. I might go back and like adjust some of her skills later, but who knows. Alear, I never really summoned too much for her. Like, I always try to get at least 1 copy of legendaries, but she showed up so much, and like, I don't know, she was good in arena when I used her, so not mad at that. Robin came home all the time for arena tickets. I forgot who I was going for with the greens, but I would always get Robin instead. Yeah, he's fine. Like, this was pretty expensive. I think I had an extra Valentine's Myrrh and gave him Canny Fighter, which I don't really regret, because like, I don't know who else would want it, and like Myrrh kind of fell off a bit. But he does fine. Speaking of Myrrh, regular base Myrrh, she was so strong like back in the original days of A, but yeah, not so much anymore. I know the skills aren't the best for her since she primarily wants like defense, not res, but yeah, it's just kind of what I had at the time. This Air is really good. I think people kind of sleep on her. I think when she gets her refine, like, she'll be insane. She hits so hard. I forgot what effect in her weapon does that, but yeah, she hits very hard and always gets kills when I need her to. I haven't really felt the need to swap out anything in her kit, really, so mostly base. Lachesis, another 4-star demote. I liked her design, and the fact that she was like a dancer that could support was really nice. Tamari was good at the time, has aged a bit, but yeah, I think she was pretty good at being able to debuff and stuff. The Celica, I haven't really touched too much since she got her refine. I do like using her, or did at least, but maybe I'll go back and give her more, but not too much to say about her. I like Lewin. I like Forsetti, the desperation effect of it, and the penalty neutralization. So I've kept that. I haven't given him Arcane. Deidre, she's one of my earlier plus 10s just because like she just kept showing up. Yeah, I didn't really give her too much. I think it's just like the menace and the solo skill, which are pretty budget by today's standards, but back then like it was pretty good for her. This Julia is okay. Not much to say about her either. Nino, she's been kind of, I don't know, she was really popular and like did fine early on, but like the older units, like she's fallen off hard. On Leon, I really like him. I don't know what I would change if I were to upgrade him more. Probably swap out Flare for something, but yeah, I did really enjoy using him at the time. And my performance arts Inigo. I did give him an Arcane just because like he is one of my favorites, but like the rest of the kits, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here, but just kind of gave him the best I could off of the rearmed units without going overboard with having to fodder everybody. And then, yeah, the Wings of Mercy Echo, just because he's a dancer and I like having that. Orochi, I feel like her Refine should be coming up soon, so I don't know what they're going to do with her, so I don't want to fully invest in her kit yet. I do like her as a character, and I do want to give her skills, but I'm just kind of holding out to see what she's going to get with her Refine first. Byleth, he was one that I voted for pretty hard back when CYL came out, and he was in I keep mixing up like the Choose Your Legends and whatever special hero that was, banner, or the voting event. But yeah, he was on, and he was top 4, and I just got him to plus 10 very easily. I'm very happy with his Refine. He does need a better A skill, and probably better B, but overall, I still enjoy using him. Saline, she just showed up all the time, so not much to say. Same with Citrine, she came home all the time, and for a while I was running some different skills on her, but I picked this up in Hall of Forms recently. She's got some good stuff she can pass out to allies, kind of like the X skill, like the orders statuses especially. I think I did have like Pledge, so she gives special charges as well. And I might swap that out because that is nice to have when you need it to spread it around. Gris, he is actually my 250th plus 10. I got him merged up. I got the last copy during the anniversary when they reran the most recent Grail units. Didn't expect it to be him, but that's just how it ended up going. I do like what they did with him. I wasn't the biggest fan of his character in Engage, but he did grow on me, especially with the DLC. Alphonse, this is actually a near save build. I know it's very weird, but I don't know. I do like Alphonse's character. And he was a 4-star demote, so I wanted to get him. Bruno, I really like Bruno. So I built him up our save, and he was pretty speedy for what he needed to do at the time. Yeah, I enjoy him. Aether, I don't know what they're going to do with her Refine, but hope it's good. Future Focus can be strong. And then, yeah, it's nice having plus 10 mythics. Olwen, she was one of the first units I got from Hall of Forms. So that explains like dumb stuff like Joint Hone Defense, but it does kind of work into Thunderhead, but like it's not worth running, but I don't really use her. Ninja Korin. She was everywhere. She was a menace, and she did her job so well. But she's kind of been overshadowed a bit. I did use her all the time. I really liked using her. But yeah, she was one of those that were on the original Green Dream banner with Harmonic Azura, and she could use her harmonic skill to dance her as well as like do her sing on her, so Korin could like move like 4 times with her duo button. So yeah, like having these two on a team together was always amazing. This Nino I never really pulled for. I just kept getting her with like tickets and pity breakers and stuff. I think I just gave her Brave Byleth's stuff just because she does have some speed to work with. But I really liked Brave Micaiah when she came out, but she has aged quite a bit. Like her PRF, like they barely did anything for the refine, like guaranteed follow attack, like not too helpful. This Camilla is, I don't know, I still think she does well. I think burn damage is still very good. I don't see as many Breath of Life users as I used to, but that is starting to come back now that Eikthenir can assign another save, so they can open that slot up for like Breath of Life typically. Celestia, again, she was like the most recent like 4-star demote that I had any interest in merging up. I had a ton of feathers, so I just figured if I had the copies, I'd do it. Asker, I love this character. I am so excited for his refine and remix. I really like his design, his voice, personality of the character. Like his kit's really good. Like Open Domain 2 is insane from what I'm reading.
I do wish Emblem and I could make peace. She, however, feels very differently.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what all he was going to get as his remix skills, so I think it's like Spiked Wall, so I'll end up giving him some better skills. I was just kind of holding out on that. Halloween Asker, I love this design. I like the angelic theme of it, and I like the art. I like Asker, so had to wail for him a little bit, but right now I use him on my arena team. He does very well. He tanks like everything. Connected World is really good for support, and he's very useful there. Mortis, I'm just kind of waiting on his remix and refine before I give him anything. He might get like better, might get like a better shield fighter or like something. I'm not, like the options are kind of limited for him. Kane, he's decent, like at the time, like back when he got his Beast King, Lion King Fane. I really liked using him. I thought he was a really good save. But I was able to get stuff from Dedue, Fallen Dedue, and just give that to him, and he performs a little better now. So thanks, Dedue. Fallen Edelgard. I know people are really mixed on this unit. Like she terrorized the game for years. But her refine is actually really good. She kills way more than I like anticipate her to. She survives when I don't think she should. She is very, very good when I keep forgetting that like they even have her as an option, because in AR you're so limited to like the most meta stuff. But sometimes I'll pull her out and she'll just like tank and kill everything in response. Nerthuz, I forgot why I plus 10'd her. Like I do like the character, and she's another one that I'm kind of confused on why she has as many ults as she does. But I just remember her being like extremely powerful in AR when I used her, like surprisingly so. Like I was shocked at like how much she would survive and kill. I think when she reran, I think I just went for the final few merges. Eikthenir is probably my favorite OC that they've released so far. It's either him or Asker. The art's amazing. Like his skills, like his support is so good, like his combat is good. Yeah, amazing unit. Leanne, I just kept getting pity broken by her. I still have a ton of copies as manuals, but she didn't have anything. I gave her Distant Ward from like Selkie because like nobody else really wants distant res for like dragons and magic. Medius, he should be getting his refine fairly soon. He desperately needs it. So I don't really want to touch him until then. But he was good for a while in AR when I needed him to block stuff like bolt traps and lightning or bolt towers. This Corrin I got from Binding Worlds, and I haven't changed anything on her, and she's done amazing. Like she's very tanky. She lives more and kills more than she should, in my opinion. Very happy with her. Alir, he also came home more often than I was anticipating, but like I'm not mad at that. He is a pretty good unit. I like his miracle gimmick, and he reliably kills. This Rearmed Robin is really good. She's the first like dragon and armored rearmed unit, so that was the primary job for a while. But recently with like more skills like shield fighter and higher ground, I've been able to actually like use her in combat more, and then like Arcane Fell Arts is a really good skill. So, Rhea, Fallen Rhea, I loved this unit when she came out, but she kind of fell off pretty hard. True Dragon Wall sadly got power crept, ironically, despite being called True Dragon Wall. But yeah, I tried giving her stuff to kind of like compensate for that. She still is a little frail despite everything, but she's fun to use. Halloween Naga. Yeah, she's aged a bit. She came out shortly after Arcane Grima, I believe, so she was like the perfect fit for it. So I just gave her that. And another unit that I regret ascending. Like, I don't really use her that much. You just stop doing that with like the demotes. Jomka, back when Acris was streaming, he actually convinced me to use Jomka after I saw him using him, and he did really well. I had like a bunch of builds for him. I think if it's still here, like this is like the OG one that I used. Slaying, Close Counter Advantage, and Savage Blow. So this worked really well at the time, but thankfully he's got better stuff now. I do use him in SD quite a bit, and he catches people off guard with, I think they forget what his bow does, so it's nice to actually like wad people and like do it with desperation, and I don't know, it's nice using your old favorite units. Will, I just kind of built because like I was bored one day. I gave him the Gainful Bow and then Prime, and then I think he's got like 3 effects from this plus the both. So like he does all right. His stats are kind of all over the place, but he's fine. Young Innis, he was such a good unit when he came out. He was also another Fallen Edelgard killer. I do like his refine. I know a lot of people didn't when it came out, but I think it's a little underrated. Yeah, I was really happy that I was able to give him like a bunch of skills from like one rearmed unit in Frigid. So Leonardo, honestly I just kind of built him because he looked like Breath of the Wild Link. He doesn't have like the most like insane kit. I did keep O3 intentionally because Doubler Bow doubles that, and it also does the attack res, so this just rounds it out. Niles, he's one of my favorites from Fates. Sadly, he's aged pretty poorly in Fae. Yeah, this build isn't really great either, but it's not really worth going back and investing more into him at this point. Alchrist, he's mostly here as a rearmed fodder factory. Like he does his job fine. Leg Yarn, she recently became plus 10 for me. I know back when she came out, she was insane with like her bow copying, like her doing the stat boosts and stuff from bonuses that you have on your unit. So I've always kind of like liked running her on Cav lines, so I know she was like a terror back then. Speaking of terrors, like this is the true one. Brave Lynn, yeah, when she came out, like Verdict of Sakei or whatever it was, I think that was her B skill. Sakei's Blessing, she has so many Sakei things. Yeah, she was amazing, but you can't run with that with the Arcane, and we'll just have a lull on her. I don't really use her too much anymore, but she was really fun for the first few years. Tethys I built because Sacred Stone's Dancer. Her res stats really high, even for like today's standards, I guess. Pretty good for like a demote dancer. So she's there mostly for support. Tamari, again, is not great anymore, but Soth, I do like Soth. It's a budget build, but like it works fine even with Special Spiral 3. Blazing Flame does most of the damage anyway. Gangrel, he got an interesting refine, so I just kind of gave him some stuff. I think it was all off one unit, so I was kind of lucky with that. Kaze, I do like Kaze's design. I liked him in Fates, so I built him up. Not too much to say about him though. Yuri, he was so strong for so many years, and then he just really fell off the past few. I think he has Potent and Pulse Smog, and even with this, he still struggles sometimes, so hopefully he gets a good refine. Bronya, I used her all the time back when she came out. Close Counter Advantage was so nice, like just having the Vantage in her weapon. And then with this, I usually run her with the Marth Ring so I can get the Times Pulse down to 3, lethality down to 2, and then start looping Special Spiral with that. And you can just loop lethality after she gets going, and it is a little more effective than you think it would be. To Asker, when he came out, I knew I had to merge him up. I really like Asker again, and then he just kept getting like better skills like as time went on. Like Lagu's friend is so good on him. Sibo and a Stubbler, and then I run Ether on him because he does have Slaying in his weapon, and before that I think it was Flare to recover HP, but yeah, Ether is just kind of there for the scoring, and I haven't given him like Magic Light or like Frost Moon or Ice Wall. Ice Wall would probably be really good on him. But yeah, just kind of don't have tons of Ice Wall fodder laying around. Godo, he just showed up. He's fine. Like, he needs his refine, but that's all I have to say about him. Tine, she's okay. Her Thunderer Tome is fine, so I just kind of kept Fury to go along with the Thunderer Tome. Shara, she got a good refine. I really like using her when I can. She does get more kills than I anticipate. I do like Marianne. I really like her Brave design. I think this is some of the best art in the game. Like, look at that. Like, it's so good. Sometimes I don't run her PRF assist skill or special. Sometimes I use Flare because I don't think this does any damage, and it really should. Golvig, I really liked her. I wasn't one of those that was like obsessed and voted for her in CYL or anything, but I just thought she was an interesting character. I didn't expect her to fall off this hard this fast, but hopefully her refine and remix will fix that. Leo, I feel like this one is, he got some justice here, like compared to like his base version. Juicy Bucket Full is like a decent thing. Like, I know he likes tomatoes, but like I don't like how that's always his gimmick or like his little quirk. But yeah, like this build is like decent on him. It's like really high attack and res when especially if you give him like crystalline water and still water sleep or S skill. Byleth, I ascended her. I kind of regret that because like she fell off pretty hard. But she's okay. I think she was one of the first Braves to just get to +10. This is like back when the Ascended Florets started coming in. This is really when my +10s just started taking off. Like they just, like the numbers were just getting there on all these units. So, she was one of the first to like really hit +10. So I just threw a Floret on her and felt like that was a good decision. Elise, I really like staff units, as you're about to see, but I don't know. I like Trilemma as a concept, so I kept that for now. Like I don't feel like I have to go all out on all my staff units. But Nina, her art is amazing. Like she could have been a legendary with this art, basically. She has the Arcane, Glitter of Light, and then just some basic staff healer skills. Lachesis, I'm not sure what I was going for with this. I don't know why she has Fortress Defense Res, but she does. And like it's not the worst on her, I guess, but like it's not really serving any purpose. Yeah, she's mostly there as like a Razzle Dazzle with chip damage, Savage Blow. It's been okay. Serpentine Staff for extra deep wounds and chip damage. So she's kind of nice for like easier ARs. Next one is Mist. I don't care for her too much. I never went out of my way to summon for her. Makoto, I do like her. I really liked her when she came out in Fae. Flash is always nice to have. And I don't know, like this kind of budget-ish build works well on her. Cornelia, I really like her gimmick with basically like Flash again. But like just having her on your team does it instead of having to attack. So that's nice. Yeah, and her res is like not good enough to pull it off. So I really don't know why I invested as highly as I did into Pandreo. Like I never really used him in Engage, but I don't know, something about like having a demote healer that's I mean, like all our healers are basically demotes now, but I just wanted to build one. He kept showing up, and I'm like, might as well. So he works really well, despite just being such a random choice for me, not really like feeling one way or the other about the character. Erica, again, I really like Erica, and I really liked her winter version, especially when it came out. I thought it was really cute. The artwork was really well done. The save build probably isn't the best on her, especially with like these skills and like the limited skills that staff units can get, but I don't know, I'm not sure what else to give her at this time. Veronica, she was so good for so many years. Like, she carried me in the early games. I remember PM1 used her in like all of his guides, and I was so happy I had her. Yeah, she was really fun to use. I still use her from time to time. Nana, like, I don't know, I almost didn't build her up because like I couldn't get over how low her attack stat was. I think she even has a few flowers too, like just 4, but like that's enough to bump it up 1. So I just use her as like gravity hit and run and savage blow. Like I used that in AR back when you could get away with doing that stuff in AR. Baby Elise, she came out this year and I thought she was so cool, so I needed to merge her up. Like, she's just a cute little cinnamon roll. Yeah, I gave her Tidings Called to Serve off of Sakura, best friend, and Ice Lock, and she's all good. She might want Glitter of Light, but and like maybe a better C skill, but I am very happy with her. Flying Nana, she was really good when she came out. Flying healers are always nice to have, and at the time they were kind of rare. So I did give her some, at the time they were premium skills. So Elamine, she was a nightmare for AR. Like, I really liked her. I gave her a lot of stuff. She was plus 10 fairly early on for me too, which was nice because like you almost had to use her. I know she has Kanto with, I think it's her weapon, or yeah, so she doesn't really need Far Resound, but it is nice just in case you need like the damage from it, or I guess you can even like get like a different kind of Kanto from there too. But yeah, her DR is nice. Like, I've been using that with Nyx lately too, and then like any additional DR you can get with her, even if it's like pierceable, it's still nice to have. Summer La Rochelle, this was kind of a nice surprise. Like, it kind of sucked that she came out with Ephraim though, so I had to kind of like spend a little bit more of orbs than I'd like to on that banner. But yeah, she's got the Arcane Charmer, Glitter of Light, and a Miasma are like the big things with her. I could give her Mastery, but I'm not sure. Like, Unity's been fine so far. Speaking of Mastery and like Miasma, that's basically what I have in my Camilla. Like, she's really good at the time. Like, I thought this was great because like her weapon does gravity, and you could do like a hit and run build basically with her, like, and then chip away at them with Miasma, and then gravity them, run away, so then they can't hit you. Really good for AR. Yeah, that's my 250 plus 10 units. I've got quite a few still at plus 9 ready to go. I've got like a lot of Grail units that just need their rerun. And then, yeah, I've really enjoyed the game. I'm not loving where it is right now, but hopefully, I don't know what changes need to come to the game, honestly, but the power creep, it felt like they were starting to rein it in a bit, but I don't know, lately it's just been like, especially since like Black Knight came out, like that, I don't know, it's just hard with like saves like that. But then I got a little hope with the first summer banner, just feeling a little more underpowered. But yeah, it's just kind of hard when you can't use like your favorite units, especially when you have like so many of them. But yeah, that's been my 8.5 year anniversary Barracks tour for 250 plus 10s. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.